So today we are talking with a leading lady. Let me explain to you. Her name is Laleh Hancock. She's an American leader from Washington, D.C. She's been an advisor of CEOs of Fortune 50 to Fortune 500, from companies, government, to public institutions, you name it. She has over 200 published articles, including Forbes magazine, Inc.com, Own Business, Best Self Media, The Ladders, an executive woman magazine, HR.com, Human Resources magazine, which covers every business, Agenda, Launch Street, We magazine for women, and Drive from Ariana Huffington. She's a part of the American Leading Ladies, along with more 49 women selected from their accomplishment, like Oprah or Melinda Gates. CEO and president of Belapemo, Global Wellness for All. She's a member of the Klub, and she wants to change the world. Please welcome, very welcome, very welcome, Laleh.
Thank you so much, Joao. I'm so grateful to be here.
So, how do you want to change the world?
Oh, we have this incredible planet that we live in. And up until now, we haven't been so kind to our planet. Most of us have focused on our personal lives, our businesses, but we didn't really put forward the steps that were necessary to also consider how are we affecting our mother planet. And so, as you mentioned, one of my greatest passions is how do we include empowering people, creating successful businesses, but also incorporating this communion with the planet.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
So how do you do that?
Some days it's easier than other days, and it depends on the country. It really is engagement and partnership with communities, with different countries, and bringing more awareness of how each of us plays a key role in where the planet is going. Most of us learned, unless you're in a particular position, you have certain status in the world, you're not really making a huge difference. But each of us, including kids, laughter on the planet actually heals the earth. You being willing to actually look at a flower, receive from a flower, contributes to the earth. And how we look at our business practices, how we look at not just recycling plastic to make a difference, but including that in there. What are your daily habits that you are actually looking towards the benefit of not just you, but all of us? We live in a world where we can have benevolent capitalism. Benevolent was never meant to be charity. It was about the inclusion of all succeeding. Capitalism was never about what the capitalism is today. It was about the exchange of goods between two people. This way you didn't have to bring your cow with you everywhere you went to do that exchange. And so when we're willing to look at not just one person benefiting, one organization benefiting, but we're looking at how can we allow each step and action that we take to benefit us all.
Well, now I understand you're going to change the world. But so Laleh, what does it take to be the kind of leader that changes the world and creates a greater future for all?
It's all about inspiring people.
I think inspiring is part of it, but it starts with us coming together and bringing people from different walks of life, so different backgrounds. People tend to leave the kids out of it, but kids have some great ideas that are looking from ways that we can contribute to the planet from such a different angle. I actually have a program. It's called Leaders of Tomorrow. And we bring kids from 8 years old to 99. We mix it with CEOs. We mix it with individuals who are stay-at-home parents. We bring it with massage therapists, and you bring it with different people from different walks of life. And each time, what I find, the CEOs have 10 million pages of notes they take because the ideas that are coming aren't ideas they would normally consider.
It's out of the box.
It's totally
because they are
out of
not
the box.
intoxicated, let's say.
They're-
So sometimes, do you think that sometimes it's a matter of seeing the problem in another angle? Because normally people always look at the same angles. If you look at the other angle, maybe you have a different way to approach the problem.
But what if we didn't always look at it as a problem, but every problem was a possibility in disguise? We just haven't discovered, like you said, an angle of it that allows us to do business different. I found that most leaders would say there was never a problem, or not so much problem, there was never a situation that they couldn't create something greater out of it. Because it started as a problem or something that was so big that it got you to pay attention. But for the first time, you looked at it from a different angle. You asked different questions. You included different people. So this different perspective, this different vision actually offered for, new inventions that never existed before. A new way of thinking out of that box. Most great leaders don't stay in a box.
Yeah.
They don't. Because that's how they're going to stay status quo and never be able to grow.
Exactly. So, in your opinion, Laleh, what does a woman have to do to lead in a world of men?
It's interesting because people ask me this question all the time. We're in 2022 and still women, unfortunately, are not in enough C-level positions. They're also doing the same job as a man might, but makes 25% less in pay. But for me, it's not a problem of men and women, as most people make it out to be. We need to empower women and empower men to look at things from a different angle. We need to empower women to want to stand up for themselves as well. One of the many of those 200 articles included me writing about the wage gap between men and women. And not once do I say anything about men being wrong in doing that. They're willing to stand up for themselves. They're willing to move forward. They're willing to get the money for it. Women, they shy away. So they have to look at more of their worth. And they have to empower themselves to have a voice. And when you have a voice, it's not just about the money. You empower yourself and you empower everyone around you, because when you stand up, everyone around you knows now they too can stand up. So it becomes this inspiration, it becomes this empowerment by one action. And that's how we lead.
I'm already inspired by your energy, so answering that. So I know how you do it. Tell us all about your projects, namely the one that's the amazing project you are going to do in Dubai.
So one of the businesses that I have the pleasure of leading is called Global Wellness for All. And we have 6 focus points, 6 pillars. One is your body, your mind, your your abilities. One is your business, one is your relationships, one is your finances and the creation of wealth, one is expanding your awareness and consciousness, and one is this communion and creation with the planet. And so I was looking at different countries where this particular new venture wanted to come and be birthed. And I have the great pleasure now of partnering with incredible investors of a wellness building. So in the center, where all the action happens in Dubai, there will be the construction of an incredible new building with 270 apartments. A small portion of it will be dedicated to a hotel, and the whole building is about wellness.
Wow.
So my wellness center, which will focus on these 6 pillars, will be on one of the floors, and the rest is bringing in partnerships of wellness. So each hotel room or the apartments will have everything from your bed to your lighting, to the water that you drink, to the the air purification is all dedicated to wellness.
So it's an holistic project as well.
It's a holistic project, but it's about the global wellness of you. Because when you are here, standing here, it's not just you and your body. You encompass everything. Your family, your friends, your career, your finances, the future, your joy. And when we incorporate all of this with the earth, it really is about the oneness of us.
You know, Laleh, the impression that I have when I'm talking with you is that you already been in the future. You would just tell us, listen, you have to do this to achieve this. So my next question to you is, who is Laleh?
I don't know anymore. Every second or every day, I feel like I'm a new person. And I think that's one of the things that helps me is I'm grateful for who I was yesterday, but every day I have to create the new me. And I do have the great pleasure of just asking a lot of questions of the future too, but I have to say I'm a very proud mother. I have twin daughters that are now 26, all grown up, and they're making a difference in their lives too. One's in medical school right now, one's going to go to law school. And one thing I love about the world that I've created is I have family everywhere. I'm in Portugal today, and I'm surrounded by friends that have really become amazing family for me. I have my family in America and other parts of the world, but I have traveled through so many countries, empowering people to have more wellness in their whole entirety of their lives. So I would say every country that you're going to throw at me, that's where my family also is. So I consider myself now a global citizen.
So I'm very glad you mentioned that, because in the club, we used to say that, time is more important than money, because we can always have more money, but we can't have more time. So you are a 24 hours woman, you are traveling almost every week. So how did you find time to do all these projects?
Actually,
there's
even more projects. We just talked about a couple here. I'm fascinated by being able to create things. But what I love is doing it with others. So partnering and bringing different people with different ideas. Soon I will be able to unleash some of the things that we're creating with the earth. Oh yes, it is a powerful world. And so, and I think most of us limit ourselves to thinking it's one environment, one job, one something, where we have the ability to reach for so much more. But you gotta find the things that get you enthusiastic. Because if it's something that's got this joy in your world,
you don't have to work anymore.
You don't work,
just do it.
And there's no 24 hours. It's just space.
It's very good. Laleh, so we are near to the end of this magnificent interview. Thank you very much. So you're at the club. We used to do it with the spin of the bell. Last round, our final question for you. what is for you and for all of us the importance of the trees?
Oh my God. I think when I was born, there must have been many trees near the hospital, because growing up and my whole life, it's been dedicated to trees. There's something so special about what the trees invite us to. And if you notice, most people are now realizing the more we add nature to our lives, the healthier that we are. The problem is, we need more. The trees is what contributes to our ability to breathe, our ability to thrive, and our ability to be creative, our ability of everything. And I think more than ever, now is the time that we need to really take into consideration where our funding is going to. And you know, my target was to plant at least 2 billion trees in partnerships with organizations that are doing this for a living. And there's a few that I've scoped out. I went behind the scenes to see how well they managed doing that business. And there's a few that I'm targeting to really partner with. But it's not enough. It's not just about 2 billion trees. It's that each of us has to really look at our land and our earth.
But do you mean the importance of the trees is just about, it's very important to breathe it, or is the relationship that we have with the earth? Because they are the ones that communicate from bottom to up.
Trees are one of the ways that take communication from all around the world and bring us information. But they're also a source of our oxygen. It is their network in their root system. You've got mother trees, you've got king trees, and they all communicate. They're there to take care of each other, but they're there to take care of us. And you know, one of the things I have to tell you, I'm an ambassador for a special project in Costa Rica. And when they built this resort, it's in the middle of being built, not one tree was cut. Not one land was leveled. They built in communion with how the earth created that land. It's gorgeous, it's environmentally friendly, it has all the greens that everyone wants to know about, but when you put your foot on that land, it heals you. And that's what I'd like to see more of us on the planet, is educating ourselves to nature, our lands, our ocean. The amount of pollution is not just it. We are altering what our temperatures of our ocean is, the melting of the ice. It's gonna affect all of us. And this isn't something we wait 15, 20 years. We don't even have 15, 20 years. We have to start 2,000 years ago. So today, what action can each of us take to include the earth and to also create a planet that's not just sustainable, thriving? And each of us can take small steps to do that.
Well, it was a huge pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you.
You know, I hope all your projects, you know, grow like fruit trees. And thank you for your inspiring leadership. Thank you very much.
I'm so grateful to be here.
Thank you.
you.